NHL players by a decade, Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby is widely considered one of the greatest hockey players of all time. Crosby was hyped as a generational talent coming into the NHL and more than lived up to those expectations. He is the captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins and has led them to 3 Stanley Cups. Crosby is also a member of the exclusive Triple Gold Club. Crosby made his debut in the NHL during the 05-06 season, recording 102 points. He finished as the runner-up for the Calder Memorial Trophy. In the 06-07 season, he led the NHL with 120 points to capture the Art Ross Trophy. Crosby became the youngest player and only teenager to win a scoring title in any major North American sports league. Crosby also won the Hart Trophy and Lester B. Pearson Award in the 06-07 season. In the 2009 playoffs, the Penguins defeated the Philadelphia Flyers in the opening round before meeting the Washington Capitals in the second round. The series featured Alex Ovechkin of the Capitals going up against Crosby and Malkin of the Penguins. In the second game in the second round of the 2009 playoffs, Crosby and Ovechkin both recorded hat-tricks for their first career playoff hat-tricks in the 4-3 Capitals win. Despite being down 2-0 in the series, Crosby and the Penguins came back and won the series in 7 games. The Penguins went on to sweep the Carolina Hurricanes in the conference finals. Crosby and the Penguins met the Detroit Red Wings in the Stanley Cup finals for the second year in a row. This time, Crosby would lead the Penguins to the Stanley Cup. Crosby became the youngest NHL captain to win the Stanley Cup since 1895 at 21 years, 10 months, and 5 days. Crosby suffered concussions on hits to the head from David Steckel in the 2011 Winter Classic, then Victor Hedman on January 5th. After experiencing several concussion symptoms, Crosby did not return for the rest of the season. Crosby also missed the first 20 games of the 2011-2012 season. Crosby's concussion-like symptoms returned in December of 2011 following a hit by David Krejci in the 8th game of the season. Despite passing a successful impact test, Crosby decided not to return until March 15th. On November 26, 2014, Crosby notched his 800th career point, becoming the 6th fastest player in NHL history to reach that milestone. On January 4th, 2015, Crosby scored his 300th career goal against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Penguins defeated the Sharks in 6 games in the 2016 Stanley Cup Finals. Earning Crosby his 2nd Stanley Cup title, he became the 9th player to win the Stanley Cup twice. Finishing the playoffs with 19 points, Crosby was awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP. On February 16, 2017, he registered an assist on a Chris Kunitz goal against the Winnipeg Jets, giving him 1,000 points. In 2017, Crosby captured the Rocket Richard Trophy for the 2nd time in his career, with 44 goals. After defeating the Predators in 6 games in the Stanley Cup Finals, the Penguins became the first team to repeat as Stanley Cup champions since the Detroit Red Wings in 97-98. In the 2017-18 season, Crosby appeared in all 82 games for the first time in his career, finishing the season with 89 points. Crosby has a total of 411 goals, 1,116 points, and 864 regular season games. In the playoffs, he put up 185 points in 160 playoff games. Sidney Crosby is arguably the best player in the last decade. When his career is over, he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. This is why Sidney Crosby is a player who represents the decade. Next on NHL Players by a Decade, Alex Ovechkin.